Just checked in with the crew at one of the large HOA sites here in Glen Burnie for the southern branch at SBC. Coordinating each area throughout the community, staging equipment, putting the proper people into places to make sure that we're addressing any snow issues over this large snowstorm that's coming in throughout tonight and all day Sunday. A lot of prepping and planning as far as material, equipment, allocations, and resources. Hand labor is a huge cost here to the community, so we definitely got to be efficient in what we do in staging and planning. A lot of ABC time regarding this property. So,
what's been like this week leading up looked like for you with all the preparation and change of forecasts and all that stuff?
Normally, we're 5 days out, get an initial plan, and then start streamlining. We do get WeatherWorks reports, which help out a bunch, sending them out to the customers, letting them know that, we are in the planning process, reviewing everything, looking at multiple sites and WeatherWorks and navigating through it each week. It's hard, makes it harder when, it changes, 20 inches to 10 inches is a big difference. But we're planning for the worst just to be on the safe side, to make sure that the community gets what it needs for this long storm that's coming in.
Tell me a little about like the relationship you have with the customer or the client or whatever, just the importance and all that.
So normally for us, for me specifically, with each customer, I create a group chat. They include all the or text thread, whichever they prefer. It's kind of easier to streamline it instead of emails with most of the HOA board members or president, our staff on site, me helping communicate stuff where we can upload pictures, send quick pictures, text, and communicating through text with the board is probably the most easy. It's probably the easiest and most beneficial for everyone.
And what's the goal there? Just so they have complete visibility, so they can kind of rest assured that you got everything under control.
Yeah, I guess complete visibility, knowing that we have people on site, how many people, how much equipment, start times. Here at SBC, what we do is, we might have standby time, which we don't want to put that on the customer, but at the same time, we want to be prepped. And then let them know once we're, starting servicing the property. It's helpful. With a larger storm like this, we don't, most of the time, contracts have triggers. It could be a 1 inch, 2 inch trigger, but with a storm like this, we definitely want to start plowing and moving forward and shoveling so we can continuously cycle through. So we don't get behind, which ends up costing the customer more money.
Last question. It's okay to repeat some of the stuff you already said. But like, what's it take to be successful, on a project here?
I think to be most successful in a snow event like this is over communication. Make sure that the customer knows what we're doing, why we're doing it, an explanation of reasoning, and then following through with the planning, and then most importantly, being on site and getting the guys in the right spots and executing and setting expectations for each individual or each crew in the area that they're in.
Sweet. Oh, how about one more thing? Just let me get my shot back here. What do you think as far as forecast?
Well, it's starting to snow a little bit now. I'm thinking within the next couple hours, it should be pretty intense overnight. It could be, what I'm saying, probably up to 1 inch an hour, maybe 4 a.m. start. So before sunrise, we could have, probably 3 to 4 inches on the ground, maybe. That's how I'm planning it. Hopefully we only have a couple inches, just so that we're on the safe side and the sun comes up and everybody is set in position. So.
And then what about tomorrow? I know the whole, could get wet.
Yeah, so currently the plan would be to plow, shovel, keep everything clear, not treat anything as far as chemical, which helps the cost overall. But tomorrow afternoon, if it does change to sleet and ice, we don't want to burn through the chemical billing everything when we're going to have to bill and put down more ice and chemical if it becomes an ice storm at the end of it. So if we're able to keep everything clear, move all the slush as best as we can, then apply a thicker layer of chemical and salt to the roadways, then I think that it'll help burn off the salt and keep the conditions less icy than the community would like. So trying to just keep everything clear throughout the storm, and then treat near the end and hope for the best that we don't get ice. I don't want it. Nobody wants it. I don't want power and things going down. That's the scary part with ice storms. So